All right, what is up, takers? It is your boy Tyler. This is Ty's Take Today. Joining me today is Rico with a K. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I want to go ahead and dive right in. If you don't mind telling us a little bit about yourself for those that may have not heard your music, seen you on the reality TV. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started.
So my name is Rico with the K. Hello, everybody. I actually started doing music when I was like 13. I used to do I actually started doing speeches and like I was just heavy performing, but I didn't start doing music. So I was 13. I started singing first, which it didn't get me anywhere, obviously. And I just started rapping. I was actually angry one day, and the only way that I can get my emotions out was through a rap. And I just found out I have the natural ability to spit. And ever since then, it's just been my passion. Like you said, I was on a reality show, Chasing Atlanta, woo woo, for seasons 4 and 5. But other than that, I am a cool nerd. Like that's the best way I can put it. And I'm just all about a good time, positive energy, and yeah.
Absolutely. So, what was that like transitioning? Because I know you had mentioned starting off at such a young age. So you were doing speech contests, and then you went kind of did the poetry realm of things, and then ultimately where you are today. So, overall for you, what has that transition been like?
I'm so glad that I went through all of those phases, because I'm able to speak in public because of my, oratory past. And then poetry, that's where I really learned how to write. You feel me? I can write the most beautiful R&B records that you would never know about. But I have that capability, and as far as singing, I'm able to get in touch with my emotions, but I hate it. I really hate getting in touch with my emotions. So everything just transcended, and I picked up the jewels that I learned from the previous task, and just like, I'm this big melting pot of music.
Absolutely. So I'm interested in kind of using it as like a self care, if you will, to like be able to channel your emotions and your thoughts and feelings into, like you said, your creative work. Who are some of your biggest inspirations? And then, of course, I have to know anybody out there, music artists, producers, songwriters, anybody. Who would you want to work with and why?
Okay. All right. Biggest inspirations first: LL Cool J, Bobby Brown, um, Usher, Busta Rhymes, Two Chains, Kanye, Missy Elliott. Those are like some of those artists that really I grew up on, that I love. Nicki Minaj, I have to throw that one out there too. Um, as far as people that I want to work with, there's a producer by the name of Cosign. He did Rihanna's "Cake, Cake, 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 Cake." You know that song?
Of course.
Of course, right? I want to work with him. Um, there is a dance choreographer by the name of Travis Payne. He actually worked with Michael Jackson. I absolutely love him. I was watching a couple of his videos. Um, there's another choreographer. He works with everybody, and I absolutely love him. Sean Bankhead.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's somebody I definitely want to work with. As far as like actual music, Rihanna is on my bucket list. Lana Del Rey. Oh my God, I would love to make some cool music with her. Um, and I'll just say those for right now.
That was I would say that was a hefty list. So speaking
Yeah.
it, manifesting it, speaking it into existence. That being said, you said Nikki, so I have to ask: did you get a chance to catch her on tour?
I didn't see her on tour, but I saw her at the Jingle Ball tour in December before she went on tour. So
Okay,
I still rocked out with her.
fair enough. Fair enough. You got to see her. That's all that matters. I had to ask because I got to see her in Ohio, so I was like, you mentioned
How
her,
was it?
phenomenal. I'm ready to go again to the second leg.
Oh yeah, I'm
Um,
definitely going to the second leg. Just throwing it out
you
there.
you already know. So I want to talk a little bit more about your experience growing up in North Carolina. I know you shared something with me off the air. I'm not sure if you're trying to mention that just yet. So I'm not going to mention it, but you can if you choose to during this interview. But
You
I
can
want
go ahead. I'm not sure what it is, but you can go ahead. It's safe. We're good.
so it wasn't we weren't talking music. We were talking a different career realm, and we could get more to it later.
Oh,
I'm not making the announcement for you,
not
but
yet. Not yet. Not
I
yet. Not
I
yet.
want to know a little bit more about your experience growing up in North Carolina, and how did you take those situations, or those experiences, and apply them to your music or to any of your creative talents?
Wow. Um,
I know
okay, so
that's a really deep question.
it is. It is, but it's a good deep. Um, no homo. But honestly, North Carolina, when I used to live there, I don't know how it has transformed or, progressed since then. When I was there, it was very close minded. It was very like there was no pride in being gay. You were in the closet. It's a military state. It's a Bible state. Like it's just being gay wasn't accepted or acceptable at that period of time. However, I was always the only gay one rapping against all the straight people and all these competitions and things like that. So I guess just always I know how to hold my own. I learned that from Fayetteville, from being the outlier or being different from everybody else. So when I moved to Atlanta, you know, doing Chasing Atlanta, it was the same exact thing where we have all of these gay people, but I'm not like that whatsoever. Like I'm I'm Rico from the hood, okay? Like I don't be wearing purses and all of this. So I did feel like I was an outlier, but I took what I've learned from Fayetteville and I applied it. And it wasn't about fitting in, it's about making your mark.
Okay, dropping gems. We stay
That was
dropping
a
gems
good
on
one.
this platform.
So in Fayetteville or in North Carolina, period, I learned how to make my mark. Because it was who comes to North Carolina to look for talent. The biggest thing we had was J. Cole. But other than that, like nobody's looking for talent in North Carolina. They're in Atlanta. They're in these big cities. So you have to do whatever you were doing at a bigger scale to be looked at. So yeah, I'll say that.
Absolutely. So speaking of chasing reality, I know you were on Chasing Reality. So I want to talk a little bit about what that experience was like for you, and then I know you had mentioned that you didn't kind of fit the mold of maybe some of the other personalities or people on the show. So what experience was that like, and why did you ultimately choose to not continue, at least with that platform?
Okay, so the experience in and of itself, season 4 was really great. And I think it was that way. First off, did you watch?
I did watch a little bit. I've seen clips. I've done my research, but
Okay.
I haven't seen the full episodes yet. I'm
Respect,
not gonna
respect.
hold
That's
you.
okay. That's totally fine. I'm not one of them like, oh my god, you didn't watch it. But season 4, the experience was really great because I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any friends in this friend group. It was just, hey, I'm Rico with the K. I'm here to rap. And I had a great time getting to know people. So that also sharing my music. Every time you saw me, I was talking about music. I was talking about, oh, I just rapped or I just performed here, or you're seeing me at a performance, or you're seeing me throw an event. Um, season 5 is when things got a little crazy. Okay. Uh, they added a couple of characters on the show that it just didn't have that same effect that it had in season 4. It was just all about drama and fighting. Nobody was really chasing, in my opinion. And honestly, at the end of season 5, it was so mentally draining that I was just like, ugh, I don't know if I want to come back. Then my father had passed away. And 2 days later, I was asked to come back for season 6. And at that point, where my mindset was or how I was feeling, it wasn't smart to go film a reality show. It wasn't smart to be around these people that just want to, like, literally, their job here is to fight and argue. Boy, I'd probably knock the fuck out you. Leave it alone. Like, I didn't want to put myself through that. And also, I don't want to be a character on a reality show. You feel me? I don't want to be someone playing a rapper on a reality show. I want to be a real rapper. You feel me? I want to be known for being a rapper and not being on a reality show. I'm not a reality star. I didn't come on there to be Nene or Candy. I came on there to be Rico with the K to get my music out. And that's exactly what I did. And that's where I'm here at this spot that I'm in now. So yeah. But overall, crazy, stressful, depressed. Now I'm joking.
I was gonna say the clips I've seen. I saw fights. I saw things being thrown. I did see the messiness, and I think like you said, that's so important. Like you don't want to be these housewife stars or these Bravo mega stars. Like you want to be authentically yourself, and I think that's the most important. If those that want to be a reality star, be a reality star, but really you
Yeah.
want to use your platform to showcase your talents as a songwriter, as an artist. So now that we got the chasing reality out of the way, I do want to talk a little bit more about your current projects and a little bit more about the inspiration behind Top Talk and working with Tremel and Seven Deep. Let's hear about those experiences.
Okay. Which experience you want to hear about first?
Let's talk about the album, and then we can talk
Okay.
about the
So
collaborations.
Top Talk. I literally took my process or just my journey of moving from Fayetteville, North Carolina to Atlanta, Georgia, being on a reality show, being around celebrities, start learning what contracts are, getting paid to perform, getting flown out, winning awards. I wanted to put all of that in the album because my vision behind the album was I wanted my 13-year-old self in Fayetteville, North Carolina to hear this album and be like, oh my God, I have a role model. I have somebody I can look up to because I'm not a feminine man. I have my moments, as all of us gay men do, but I'm not a feminine man. So I don't have many role models in the music atmosphere that I can call on at all, musically, hip hop wise. So I wanted to be that role model for myself first and then open that story up for the masses for people to be inspired because all I'm really talking about on this whole album is making money. I'm talking about, I have a song on there called Celebrity Status. It's not about being, narcissistic and I'm a celebrity. It's about I'm the same dude. I'm the same heart. However, now you gotta pay me. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's stories, there's lessons, I'm really trying to get our youth out of fucking robbing and killing. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to blank all those words. I'm trying to
It's
get
all good. It's all good.
I'm trying to get, people out of the normal, sex and um money. I want to hear stories about getting to the money. I want to hear about the stories about getting to the sex, if anything. So that's what the album was about, just top talk, like evolving, and yeah, so yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's so easy for somebody to get behind the mic or get into the studio and talk about, like you said, sex or drugs or violence, but like being able to show your progression to who you used to be as your younger self and to who you currently are, as well as to where you're currently going next. So I want to talk a little bit. Who designed the album cover?
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's one of my really good friends. He's an illustrator. His name is Travis Green. At TJ Design Art on Instagram, everywhere. He's actually working on a comic book, but he's amazing. We sat down and had one conversation, and he gave me a sketch, and I absolutely loved it. Then I sent the album to him, and he was like, "Oh, I got it. I got it." And from the music, he drew that. And so, yeah, kudos to him. Great job. I love him. Every single artwork that I have worked on for this album, like the singles that were released before the album, he's done the covers for them. He's helped me create a world, another world, because music is a world for me to express myself. But now visually, I can do that with the single covers because of him. So, yes, shout out to him.
Absolutely. That album cover caught my attention instantly. So I was like, I had to mention the cover. So now that we talked about Top Talk, What was it? How did the collaboration come about with you and Tramel for the Everything remix?
Oh. Um, well, first off, I've always loved Shamel. I used to watch him on G Status, and then from there, we would be DMing each other back and forth, like, "Oh, good job on this," or just encouraging each other. So we kept that relationship going and alive. Um, and he released the song a year ago, and I hit him up instantly and was like, "Yo, I absolutely love this. Like, I feel it. I really feel what you're talking about. Like, this is your one, bro." And so that happened. Then maybe about 3 months later, he was like, "Yo, like, would you do the remix?" And I was like, "Yeah, I would definitely do it." But he was like, "I'm not ready yet." Okay. So then, but I still sat there and I wrote my verse out because I really felt everything that was being said. Like, it was, oh my God, I felt like he was speaking from me. So I just wrote my verse out and I had it prepped and ready. Then in 2000, at the beginning of 2004, he hit me up. He was like, "Rico, I'm ready. You know, we could go to the studio this week. We could start talking about the video and da 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 da." So that's how it came about. And I absolutely love that feature. I really put my heart in that song. So yeah, and we just got nominated for, like, I believe, 3 awards for the song at the Pop Smash Video Award. So shout out to that. And we also performed at the Boss Babe Awards. That was great. And we were also on the Philly radio station. That was great as well. Like, this song is actually
Hey,
doing really well. So I just had to say all of that to give Tramel his just due because he deserves that. He's a hard worker.
absolutely. Props to you guys both. That is incredible. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming next for both of you guys. Also, I want to ask you, since we talked a little bit about, sometimes the LGBTQ plus our community rather, can be a little messy. What has support been like overall from just our community as a whole and other LGBTQIA plus music artists and creatives? What has that support been like? Have you experienced kind of like the negative side of it, or overall has it been pretty positive?
Um, for the most part, it is very positive. I feel like my peers in my music group or whatever you want to call it, they respect me. You know, I respect everybody else. I think that's a big thing as well. They respect me. I do have people, and it's okay, you know, trying to think exactly what I want to say because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But of course, along with the positive, I do experience the negative, and I try my hardest to not harp on it. Yes, it hurts my feelings at time. Like, wow, you won't promote my stuff because you feel like in your head I've already made it, which I didn't. I'm still a nobody, respectfully, or you have those people that really love what you do, but they just don't want to see you win. They don't care to see you win. But I don't harp on that. It's all about positivity over here. I take the people that love me. I do what I do for the people that love me, and that is what it is. F the haters, and that's why you ain't going nowhere. Or anyway, go ahead.
Absolutely. So, for those that may be music artists or maybe struggling to begin their musical journey, what advice would you give to them out there? And when it comes to getting started as an artist or as a songwriter or producer.
Um, the biggest thing I can say is, like, and it's so cliche because I remember growing up, I've heard other artists say, like, know who you are and remain who you are. But in reality, this industry it's all about what other people see fit for you. Oh, your hair would look better this way. Your music would sound better this way. The clothes you wear would be better this way, and it starts to take away and pull away who you really are, and you just become this machine. And I've been through that twice. I've been signed to 2 different independent labels. I've had to halt the music that I was making to make the music they wanted me to make, and if I didn't make it, I can't use my name, or I wouldn't be getting paid this month, or whatever the case may be. So please know who you are. And of course, with life, we never know who we are. I think that's the thing that nobody, like, tells us. We don't know who we are. We're learning every day. Today I may not like mangoes, but tomorrow I woke up and they smell so good that I want to eat them. And I thought I didn't like mangoes, but I love them now. And it's okay to change from who you are day to day. Now, don't be a fake mofo, but it's okay to change. It's okay to evolve. So that's my little gem.
Absolutely. So this question, I want to know what overall, what do you want Rico with a K's legacy to be ultimately? Years down the
I
road, tomorrow, what is your legacy and what does that look like?
I want to build this brand for myself of one. Oh, he's about to spit. Oh, Rico's walking in the door. Oh, he's about to spit. I want to be known as one of the best spitters in the world, performance wise, everything. I want it to be a point where I don't even need dancers because me spitting alone is captivating enough. I want to get to that point, legendary status for my spitting alone. And then on top of that, I really want to help heal the world through music. I know it sounds horrible, like the world we're in, that's never going to happen. But I really just want to feed the world positivity. And I get a lot of flack for it because people, oh, it's not genuine. That's the number one thing in Chasing Atlanta that I got. Like, oh, he's always happy. He's always positive. You can't be. You're right. I have my moments, but instead of harping on those bad moments, I really cherish the beautiful moments. And that's how I live my life. Like I don't focus on the bullshit or the drama. So yeah, feel like I'm rambling.
No, not at all, not at all. And so speaking of that vision, I have to ask you, with everything going on politically, as long as you're comfortable having this conversation, what is your message to those out there that either are currently elected in office, running for office, or for those that may have never voted in their lives before? At this point, with the political climate in our country, what is your message to all of those people?
Um, know who you're voting for. I feel like we have a. This was my problem, and that's why I can speak on it. I was voting who I was voting for because of the people around me. It's almost like, oh, and of course I'm going to vote for Obama, but just for an example, oh, you're not voting for Obama? Oh, hell nah. That's what we got. And instead of promoting people doing their research and really knowing who they're voting for, we just got pushed. I personally got pushed into voting for someone, and I've done that since I was 18. Every election I've done that. So know who you're voting for, do your research, know their points, because even though it's something that may not affect you, it can affect your mother, it can affect your sister, it can affect your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your best friend. It can affect the people around you as well. So yeah, do your research.
It can impact your entire network or community. All right, Rico. Before we get you out of here, I have two more questions. One, can we get a little freestyle? The second question, I know that wasn't on the list that I sent you, but then the second question before we close out is, what can we expect from you the remainder of this year? Projects that you're currently working on now and into 2025.
Well, you're hearing it here first. A tie takes today exclusive. I am dropping a deluxe version of Top Talk. And the main reason why I'm doing that, and it's about to get deep really quickly, and then I promise I'll jump right back out. When I released my album, I didn't release it because it was ready. I didn't release it because I was ready for the world to hear it. I released it because my pops had just passed, and in my mind, it was like, before anybody else passes away or leaves me, I want them to hear this music that I've been taken away from them for. I want them to hear the reason why I've been gone or I can't spend the time that I want to with family. And so I released it. So with this deluxe version, I am giving the album exactly how it was intended to be heard, and I'm really excited. And on top of that, we're going to be dropping the visuals for the album as well, so I'm excited for that as well. But I've been working on features out my ass. Okay, like you're about to get a lot. They're about to start dropping more music videos are about to start dropping, more performances. Um, Personally, I'm about to get really in depth with my YouTube channel. So yeah, that's what you're just gonna be seeing a lot of me. I have some stuff that I cannot talk to you about, but you will be seeing me on your TV very soon. But yeah.
Absolutely. And then we'll be sure to update the takers and our audience on all of your projects. So we'll be sure to share that on our social media platforms, as well as your Instagram is currently up on the screen. And then people can also stream your music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Anything else before we wrap up today's discussion? I'm looking for a new theme song and intro for the show. So I'm just going to put that out there.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna spit a little something for you. I normally don't do this. However, the crazy thing is I was going through my vault yesterday, trying to figure out what songs we wanted on the deluxe. And there was this one song in particular called Speak Out that I put my heart and soul into, but I couldn't release it because of like some rights that we had to get or whatever. But anyway, I can curse and stuff, right? We're good now.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's the thing. We're not currently sponsored or endorsed or picked up by a network yet. So you can feel free to be your authentic self. And yeah, that's how real we are.
Okay, well, this some real shit. So okay, here we go. All right, this some real shit. So here we go. Fuck it, I'ma spit my shit. Yo, the devil did his thing, but my heart won't quit. I fuck up every day, I ain't afraid to admit. Just not going back to everything I seen as a jit. Now that was crack pipes, jail cells, not eating at night. Fighting for a voice, yo, what the hell of a fight. I told him I'm a star, I'm still proving them right. Man, I think about him boarding all my first class flights. Yo, let's talk about it. Rico left your city, went and hid the why not talk about it. You're a beast, you're a legend's what they tell me. But ever since I started spreading my nuts, man, these niggas getting jelly. Fuck the world and everything they tell me. Never selling out, you can't buy, sell, or trade me. Okay.
All right, y'all heard it here. I'll put you on the spot. Rico with a K. Be sure to stream his music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. All of that information is going to be in the description. And thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back with more interviews only.
Wait. I just wanted to say to you, congratulations for still doing this. You were one of my first interviews as soon as I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and it's really beautiful and come full circle to get to this point. I'm really proud of you and everything that you have accomplished. Thank you for facilitating an environment so that our people can have a voice. Please continue to do that, and I can't wait to see the great things that like are coming to you. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's going to do it. Once again, Rico with a K, thank you so much. And we'll be sure to share all of your upcoming projects on our social media. And that's going to do it for us today.